what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it.
There's somebody named Sick Addicts, and it's just a 3.5-minute Malik Nabers highlight tape.
Yeah. And it's just awesome. You know, it is just pure domination. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go dive into the numbers. You know, because here we sit. It's a time of reflection, and you only have a little bit longer with this LSU football team as it's made up currently. I mean, I don't know, and I never fault guys who won't play in a bowl game that's not a playoff game, right? And so, like, I don't know if Malik, Jade, I don't know who does or does not play. I don't really care either way. The point of this is to appreciate what you have while you have it. And you've at least got these cats for 3 more games. And right now, when you look, Malik Nabers is first in the country with 1,152 yards in 9 games. That's 128 yards a game, y'all. First in the country, both the total yards and average. If you would somehow hit that pace in the NFL, I just think this is a good way of putting perspective on it. If you could do that 128 per game in the NFL, you'd end up with 2,176 yards. In fact, even if it was still a 16-game season, you would hit 2,000 yards. He's 7th in the country with 66 catches, which is awesome in its own right, but also, again, it gives you an idea of how explosive he is, right? That he could be first in yardage, 7th in catches. He averages 17 yards a catch. Only Marvin Harrison and Odunze come close to that overall production, come close to that average, Jake, but they both have less catches.
Yeah.
I mean, Odunze's got 56. Harrison's only got 52. That's a pretty significant gap between the two. He's tied for 4th in the country with 10 touchdowns. Jalen Royals out of Utah State, Jamori Macklin out of North Texas, and Brian Thomas are the only players that have more at 11. And then, how about this? Just became the first LSU wide receiver since Josh Reed to have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Jake, really think about that. Help me remember all the receivers. I wrote some down. Tell me if I missed anybody. Odell, Jarvis, Reuben, Terrence, Dwayne Bowe, Buster Davis, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. That's
Early Doucette.
Doucette, thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
There's another one.
JoJo LaFell played in the league forever.
Brandon LaFell played over a decade in the NFL. Skylar Green. I mean, there's been some absolute dogs that have played receiver here over the past 20 years since Bird.
Josh Reed did it. D-Bird, right? No one has gone back-to-back 1K until Malik Nabers did it. Again, appreciate what you're witnessing right now.
Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I talked about it on Off Campus too because, look, we got a lot of Ohio State fans that listen to that show, you know, with the general being on there with me, and I knew they weren't going to like it, but I was going to get the point across of what Malik Nabers is, who he has been, and who he's going to continue to be, which is the best receiver in the country. And I know a lot of people are going to hear that, and they're going to be like, dude, Marvin Harrison Jr. is like a top 5 pick. That's fine. I get that. He deserves to be a top 5 pick. He's not the best receiver in the country. The best receiver in the country is Malik Nabers, and T-Bob just gave you every reason why. Now, I know what Marvin Harrison Jr. means to his team, so I don't even want this to feel like a slight towards that young man because I think he is everything that he has said to be, and probably more, but so is Malik Nabers. And for whatever reason, when we get into this conversation nationally, and T-Bob, I'm sure you fall into some of this as well, never gets mentioned. Never gets mentioned. I'm not talking about like Blitnikoff. I'm not any postseason award. It is always other people. And I'm like, this guy doesn't play receiver at Directional School U.
Yeah.
He plays receiver at LSU in the SEC, and he's putting up all the things that T-Bob is talking about. So, yeah, I'm thankful for Malik Nabers. I know all of our listeners are thankful for Malik Nabers. The country needs to be thankful for him because what he's doing this year, and also like to have another receiver in Brian Thomas that has the stats that he has, but still for Malik to have what he has.
It's incredible. And, you know, coming into this year, I said I finally wanted to see this LSU wide receiver room be the killers.
I remember this episode the day that you said it.
That they were rumored to be, right? Because for years it felt like we'd been hyping them up and it had been a lack of return, right? And finally now they looked, well, actually, no, that's not even fair because even in my wildest dreams, I would have never imagined them this dominant. I would have never imagined Jaden taking a step this drastic. And so when you fulfill and then exceed such lofty expectations people had for this group, that starts with Malik Nabers, setting the tone for that entire room, being the leader, teaching the young cats how to work, doing the extra work with Jaden Daniels, doing the extra work on the jugs machines. And I know this, I cannot wait to watch what Malik Nabers is about to do under the lights in Death Valley this weekend against Florida. Remember, this is a guy who's at his best when the lights are the brightest. Again, don't lose sight in all the Dallas Turner hit and everything else. Malik went 10 catches, 171, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
With his starting quarterback only getting to play 3 quarters. Against the best secondary in the entire country, according to PFF. Incredible. Shout out Malik. We love you.
I mean, I'm right there with you. I am right there with you with everything that he has done this year. And I was talking with somebody yesterday. It was CD. I don't mind saying it. It was Chris Doring. Played receiver, has like every SEC record. Some of them been broken, but he's had all of them at one point. And, you know, he's like, man, he has been incredible. I can't wait till he gets to the NFL and, you know, he starts to run like just even better routes. I said, I get what you're saying, but no, because Malik is Malik and has a certain style of a route that he runs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want Malik like counting steps and, you know, you got the receivers like, I don't want all that. I don't want a robotic
his video,
Malik.
He seems like a pretty damn good route runner to me, dude. I mean, he is breaking people down.
I think I agree with you. I think it's like some people see it and it's not like on key. You know, some of those receivers, it's like you see it, it's like step.
See,
That's not him. I think the way that he runs his routes is perfect for his skill set.
And look, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know receiver well enough because to me it looked on time to me when he's hitting like a slow jog and then he hits a little like chop like he's about to turn around and hitch and then he takes off.
Coaches aren't going to teach that. They're not going to teach that, but that is having a feel for the game, right? And that is having after the catch ability as well. Like it's almost like a little bit of a running back patience type situation where I don't want the guy that's going to run zone and how fast can you get to the line. No, I want the guy that knows how to open step, crossover, read it, have a feel for it, and then when he decides to go, like Schrader for Missouri last week. That's how he was patient against Georgia. Nobody's ever patient against Georgia, and that's where they think, oh man, these guys are coming. They're big, mean, nasty, tough, whatever. So we're running outside zone, and I've got to get there, and I've got to have all this. No, you got to be patient, allow the play to develop, and then that's when you become aggressive. And so that's Malik's kind of style out there running routes. I love it. I mean, it opens up things. There's a purpose to the reason he's running his routes like that.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.